What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the S2 Strategic Defense channel. Today, we are taking a look at video from a real-world encounter defensive knife use. Stand by. Alright guys, so today we're going to take a look at this video. We'll go through it kind of play by play real quick, make some observations, and then I'm going to take you into the training area and show you a couple things that you can work on to help you with your defensive knife skills. If you guys like this video, you want to improve on your self-defense skills, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Okay, so this video is kind of unique in the sense that you don't get to see a lot of videos with defensive knife use, meaning the good guy has a knife and he's trying to protect himself. Plenty of videos out there with the bad guy has a knife, plenty of videos out there with hands-on self-defense, plenty of videos out there with, firearm usage, but you don't see a lot of defensive knife use. So I'm kind of thrilled about this particular video. So let's get into it real fast. So what we have here is a gentleman who is surrounded by, I think, 3 carjackers, and he's got a knife in his hand. Now, he's done one thing really well right off of the bat. The first thing that he did really well is he put his back up against the vehicle. Now, this is important because you don't want to have 360 degrees of attackers. You want to limit that as much as you possibly can. So he put his back up against the vehicle, so that way, at the very least, he's got 180 degree peripheral vision. Nobody's going to attack him from behind, okay? All right, so you can see the attackers are getting closer and closer. The guy is holding what's called the reverse grip. Let me show you an example of a reverse grip. It's kind of like the Chucky grip, right? The hacking type of a grip. All right, so he's got a reverse grip. He's trying to fend these guys off real fast. They keep kind of encroaching and backing off, backing in, backing out. And then he tries to get inside of his vehicle. They jam him into that door, right? So they prevent him from being able to get in. He comes back out. Now he switches from reverse grip onto a standard grip. And that's when these guys kind of just say, hey, you know what? I'm out of here. Now you notice that somewhere in there, he actually took that reverse grip and made one hack. That hack was absolutely worthless for him in that regard, except for the fact that he looks a little bit crazy, right? And so, by the way, that's a tactic too. So that's basically what's going on over here in this video. Let's go out to the training area, and I want to be able to show you guys just a couple basic things that you can work on to help improve on your defensive knife skills. All right, guys, welcome to the training area. So on that video, the first thing that we saw was the good guy put his back up against the car, right? And that's a great idea. Why? Because you don't want to have attackers coming from behind. You don't know if these 3 guys have other buddies who are in the area, and now 3 turns into 5. They got chains, baseball bats, machetes, who knows what they have over there. So by cutting off the backside, putting his back up against the vehicle, he eliminates the possibility of somebody ambushing him from behind. That's a great idea. Now there's a thing that we call zoning or stacking, which ultimately means that you move in a manner in which you start to take spread out attackers and you start to move them into one line. In this particular situation, I don't know if that's a great idea because it looks like it was on like a public road, so you have cars going by and that kind of thing. May not be such a great idea, and it puts him out in the open, right? And so it's kind of a balance. So the fact that he put himself up against the car is a great idea. The mistake there is somewhere in the middle of the fight, he turns around and tries to get into his car. Now the fight's still going on. He's not inflicted any damage. Those guys have not given any signs that they're backing away from him. And he put his back to them. So you see one guy come and shove the door and doesn't let him in. What happens if the other guys came and put him in a rear naked chokehold, drug his ass to the floor? Now you have a real fight for your life going on. He was gonna lose that one, okay? So don't turn your back to the action, right? Okay. The other thing that we picked up on was the fact that he started this thing off in what's called the reverse grip, or what I call the Chucky grip, this way. It's only good for basically hacking, okay? And so what happens is, in this particular grip, yes, hacking is a big, component of it. You could power thrust the blade. However, you lose out on distance. Now I got my bag over here. I want you to take a look at something. Look at where my hand stops right here. And this is the knife coming straight down, okay? Now, when I go to what's called the standard grip, I can touch. Back to the reverse grip, hand is straight down, back to the standard grip, okay? And so you have the reverse grip, and then you have the standard grip, right? Ideally, in a defensive knife usage, what you want to do is be able to slash and maintain as much distance as possible, okay? And so the standard grip is typically the better option. Now, keep the knife in between me and the opponent or me and the action, so that way if they do bum rush, they got to come through the tip of the blade. In a reverse grip, that's not necessarily true, right? Because the knife is now pointed down instead of forward. And so standard grip is much better off. Okay, so what can you do at home to help practice that? Now, go into standard grip, grab your training knife, and I want you to learn 5 angles. I'm holding the knife right-handed. It's mirror image if you're left-handed, okay? Top right to bottom left is angle 1. Top left to bottom right is angle 2. Straight across the abdomen, right to left is 3. Across the abdomen, left to right is 4. And then a thrust in is an angle 5. So get in front of something and get that mental picture, that distance ingrained. How far can you be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And then what you do is you start mixing up the angles. So you might do something like 1, 4, 5, 5, 2, 3, whatever random combinations you come up with, okay? And then return back to this fighting position where the tip of the knife is in between you and the opponent, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then start mixing 1, 4, 5, 5, 2, 3, any of these types of angles, and then you start working some other stuff. So that's some basic stuff that you guys can work on. Ultimately, I think the guy did pretty well for defending himself. There's just some things that I wish he could brush up on as far as, you know, he went to that reverse grip right off the bat. You have to be in close, mid-range to close range to make that effective. So that grip wasn't effective for him. Notice that the bad guys took off running as soon as he went to the standard grip and kind of slashed around a little bit. Then they're kind of like, okay, well, this guy's, you know, getting nuts and he's willing to put the knife to work, okay? Guys, like this video, you like the format of going through a video, coming out of the training mats, and you want to improve your self-defense skills based on what we're seeing in real-world encounters, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys like to see on the next video, and I will see you then. Till then, keep your blades sharp, keep your skills sharper. See ya.